section board of the class, and it is Friday. I apologize for being late. It's been a little bit chaotic around here lately. So for this week, we're talking about scale and the government's ability to govern, to exercise authority as it grows larger. So for a lot of this class, and many others, quite honestly, I've gone back to Rousseau. I know he's not always necessarily the most popular of the Enlightenment philosophers, but he's always rang as a little bit of an outside of the box thinker, I mean, of a group of outside the box thinkers. And one phrase that catches my eye is man is born free, but everywhere he is in chains. And honestly, having served the country, having fought for the country, not necessarily for my government, I come back to that because Rousseau believed, much as I do, the idea of representatives is going to destroy democracy. If representation is incompatible with democracy, therefore, and direct democracy is the only legitimate form of government, then no nation is ever going to be truly free. Because Rousseau believed that the idea of having someone represent you, represent your interests, was taking away democracy and, again, putting you into the chains that we've all struggled to escape. He also argued the general will couldn't be decided by elected representatives. My will cannot be acted upon by my representative in a state or a federal level. And while that seems like the exact opposite way a democracy would run, a direct democracy where everyone voted to express general will and the will of the people, that was the vote on the issue, that was Rousseau's thing. But that's also why he said democracy would never be able to succeed in a large country. It would only be a small city-state like Geneva, where he was from. Incidentally, I think maybe he was pandering to the locals after he'd been thrown out a couple times. But that's why he believed a small state was the only place where democracy could truly be enacted, because everyone directly votes. We don't have someone speaking for us. But how does this all factor into the idea of a scale and the government's authority to act on that scale? Well, whenever we created our government, we had 13 colonies. We were pretty much confined to the eastern seaboard of the North American continent between the Appalachians, and we only had so many people each representative was going to Washington to represent. And that representative may have been neighbors with the people that he was representing. He knew what they wanted to do. He knew how they believed. He knew how they practiced their religion. He was one of them. And so that was a little bit of an effective way to govern. But now, as we've got 390 million Americans, and every one of us all with our own opinion, whether or not they're good or not is irrelevant. We all have our own opinions about how things should be run. And the problem with that is that our representatives don't always necessarily vote for us. So the larger that our government gets, the larger the authority that it holds over us, rather than we the people creating a government. The government believes we the government are are over the people that are supposed to be in charge of it. Scale is a problem that city governments will face, that state governments will face, and the most telling one of all is the federal government, where as we grow more populous and with more opinions that divide us, not necessarily even between right and left, but between religious and non-religious, between Christian and Muslim. As we see these things starting to pull us even farther apart into our own tribalistic cultures, the scale of the government's going to have to either get larger and more oppressive, thereby taking away more freedoms, or it's going to have to scale back and let the local governments take more of the brunt, which is going to create underfunding and probably understaffing for some of these poor government agencies that can't get enough candidates anyway. But that's my thoughts on the matter. Have a great 4th of July. It's been a pleasure to be in class with all of you. Have a wonderful weekend.